welcome to Capelle Livechat, where you get business insight to stay relevant. I'm Sumin, your host today, and we are very privileged to have with us today Mr. Bill Leung, Chief Technology Officer of OrangeTee and Thai. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Sumin. Thank you so much for inviting. Just want to share some experience. Probably the audience could take some insights and then excel in the workplace.
I'm sure we're going to learn a lot from you today, Bill. We're going to explore this topic of what does it take to retain a diverse workforce. Bill, there's this saying that's, no one is indispensable. If there's any truth in that, why do organizations even invest resources to retain their staff?
I think the one thing very key here is to train up staff, to train up employees to work. It takes some time, and face it this way, where say if let's say someone leave the company, right? There's a void, and we have to fill that void. We have to employ someone. Take time to get the right candidates, and when the right candidate comes, it will take time to train this person, right? Another area is especially for employees who we identify as assets. Now, when I say assets, means that they are good, are not only at work, their work, the technical side of things, but they know the culture of the company, they know the people of the company, so they're able, to see, okay, what's the purpose, why we are working here, where we are going, what we want to achieve. And at the same time, because they know the people, the different from different levels, right? So they're able to work in harmony with the different ones. So that's why, to retain employees, especially those we identify as asset, is key.
So it's very interesting because you talk about as the staff progresses in the organization, the knowledge is built up over time. But I was also looking at some research on employee tenure, and it seems to suggest that employees are staying shorter, quitting much faster. So what are some of these challenges organizations face when they, think about retaining their staff?
The challenges are real. All right, and especially in this economy where a lot of things are technology driven, and we also see the new companies that's coming up. They are really technology driven. I think that's one phenomenon is quite obvious to us, right? We look at Forbes, that's the top companies. Every year, probably that's in the past, right? We can see the list didn't change so much. But I think that's today, right? In the past, I think 20 years, whatever. Every year the list actually changes. New companies come up. Now, then we have to question ourselves, say why? I think the younger generation, they found technology is the way to go. And certain companies, they're able to use, they have R&D and all this, they're able to use technology to achieve their goals, to become very successful. And that helps the branding. And the younger ones, they really love to be associated with such brands. And that's why that's when we look at it this way, say, then how our company can stay on. I mean, it's just to stay in this competition. We have to really go to the drawing board and say, look, reinvent ourselves. We have to look at it, say, are we doing enough to reinvent ourselves, to re-engineer certain things that we are doing? So then, especially for the younger generation, they will be attracted to be with us. They will continue, to be with us and become the asset. Like what I say, become asset, and then the company can achieve its goal.
Wow, that's interesting because it shows that the organizations have to also play a role in thinking about how they can keep current by reinventing themselves and also to translate that ambition to their staff.
Yes.
so that they know that, hey, we want to be part of this change. We want to come on board to be part of the reinvention.
Yes.
Any other examples or strategies that we can think about how we can retain a diverse workforce?
Apart from the so-called the re-engineering, that's and all this, I think as supervisors, we play a part to care for the well-being of the staff. Nobody want to work like slaves. I think that is true. We have our dignity, that's as human beings, and we often look out for affirmation. We always look out for the value, that's whether people can see the value in me. So I think as a supervisor, we really need to take care of the well-being of the staff, to appreciate their contribution to the company, to the success of the company, whether big or small, it doesn't matter. But as long as they know they are valued, I think that is very key.
Okay, that's really interesting, because when I was looking at this Forbes article, it says that 79% of people who left the organizations wherever they are cited lack of appreciation as the key reason.
Wow.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing from you is, actually bosses have to take the lead to go out to talk to them, show appreciation, tell them that you're important, tell them that you're contributing to the organization.
Right.
Okay, very interesting. And now that we talk about employees, and I also heard from you that sometimes, when we want to think about retention and stuff like that, we need to front load that in terms of recruiting staff. Share with our viewers some of these things that you had in mind.
When it comes to recruitment, I think that often we face the challenge here is who are the right candidates, right? And naturally, the technical skill, if you fulfill this, like for example, for me, I look out for software engineer, for example, right? So I look out for whether the person has such programming skill, that's the right set of skills and all these things. But I think the beginning of our conversation, I mentioned about the employee to become an asset to the company. I do not think, that's a person have purely just the technical skill will then become an asset. Okay. But a person who is able to display certain character, of course, that's a humility, whether the person is teachable, that to me is very key. Another thing is, that's at the end of the day, how then the person can really flow with the culture of the company. But this is the part I think, that's it's a risk that we have to take, where we take in a person, and then that's to nurture, to take care of the person, the well-being and all these things, and then that's let this company culture slowly sink in, and only over time we can really see that happen in a person.
Wow, that's interesting. The 3 C's: the competence, the character, and the culture fit.
Wow, yes.
Yeah. And you mentioned that it's over time we need to let the culture sink in and stuff like that. What are some of concrete steps an organization can take in order to get them to sink into the culture?
Okay, I give you an example, right? A few years ago, we embarked on this digital transformation journey. Okay. Now, the caveat here is it has to start with the number one man of the organization. Okay, so it can't be just okay, I want digital transformation and I just throw it to the IT department and okay, you do it. Okay, the boss, the number one man, let's say the CEO or the MD of the company, must engage in the whole process. Okay. He may not need to know very in-depth, hands-on programming, all this, no. But he must appreciate, the technical challenges, and processes of this. Now, when we embark on this journey, and we also realize that, okay, now how then we take the entire company on this journey. It cannot be a one man's dream. It has to be a dream for everyone. So we created what we call a digital transformation team, DT team. Okay. Now that involved the top man, the IT department, a few of us, and of course, the representative from every single department.
Does it mean that these people have to be like from different generations as well in order to make it a success?
Yes. We don't just look at the young people, but we want that some probably in middle age. We don't have a lot of so-called the very senior in terms of age that the staff. But we engage the different ones. We respect the domain knowledge, and we believe they can contribute to that. And also in the process of this, the whole DT team, every week we meet. After some months, right, people really understand the heartbeat of why we need to go for digital transformation. And once that sinks in, and they will actually, we see the phenomenon, and they will actively look out for articles, look out for opportunities to pick up some technical understanding. Okay, so today, I would say the user will not just say, okay, press a button and everything will be done. They know, okay, I have idea, table, and I will have to think through the whole flow. How that's from the beginning, just a raw idea to become actual product, and then IT department will come in. IT department is an enabler. Come in, will make this, put all the technical elements on it, and then come out the end product. So everyone is in this whole process. We're talking about the user journey, and all this. Everyone is in it. Everyone is in the flow from the beginning to the end. So with this, after a good period of time, we can see, people really adopt the culture, and in daily, and in their work, they will think, okay, is there a way we can make it better? Is there a way to streamline certain things, using technology? So it's not just a very robotic kind of work for anyone already. People are trained to think how to reinvent. So it's not just a boss, job to reinvent, but everyone is on this whole journey together and flow together. And it makes it really beautiful, because the DT team, day one, that's everyone's sitting down there, what are we going to do? But today, we have many initiatives, whether workable, not workable, whatever, but we discuss about it and all these things. And then, we found a good, we call sweet spot, to implement. And so I think, this is the journey, how I see to help employees to adopt the culture or even the changes that the company is going through.
Wow, it sounds like a very long process, but the ROI seems to be really high because you start with the top man saying that, okay, I want to know, I walk the talk, and then you get everyone involved, whether they are from different generations, different departments, they come on board and go through this whole process and become internalized in them and to be part of their reinvention. Yeah. All right, thank you, Bill. Thanks for the lovely example for sharing with us about the DT team. And viewers, thank you for listening and tuning to us. And Bill has been so good that we're going to invite him back again the next session where he's going to share with us engagement strategies. So look out for the next live chat. Until then, stay safe and be very well. Thank you. Bye-bye.